Its original name is Ferrocarril Austral Fueguino, but it is popularly known as the train at the end of the world, or the little train, and it is a railway line that connects Tierra del Fuego National Park with the outskirts of the capital of the province of Ushuaia. All the tourists who come to the city want to travel on board this very particular transport, because in addition to allowing them to observe a wonderful landscape, it follows the same route that the convicts of the former prison did when they went to the forest to cut firewood. Its predecessor was named the Prisoner's Train, and began operating in 1909, and lasted until 1952. Then, the company Tranex Turismo decided to revive this legend, and created the famous End of the World train, as it is known in the present. The tour begins at the Estación del Fin del Mundo, 8 kilometers from Ushuaia, to the west, and passengers can also board at the Estación Cascada La Macarena. After that, it stops for 15 minutes at a site with a great panoramic view, and then enters the national park, where you can continue walking or board another transport to return. The railway gradually expanded into the forest, into remote areas as the wood ran out, and reached the Rio Pipo Valley. In recent times, the prison made many of the inmates available to the train. In 1947 the prison closed, and 2 years later an earthquake destroyed a large part of the tracks, without subsequent reconstruction, so it was no longer used in 1952. The railway line was rebuilt in 1994, and began to provide its services for tourist purposes, with dining service and many luxuries. In 1995 a steam locomotive, named Camilla, was purchased in England, which runs on 1 National and 3 diesels. In 2006 a third steam locomotive was incorporated. If you are looking to connect with nature, and the history of the southernmost city in the world, Tierra del Fuego National Park is the ideal place to do so. Tierra del Fuego National Park is a national park of Argentina, located in the province of Tierra del Fuego, Antarctica, and South Atlantic Islands, in the extreme southwest of the Argentine portion of the Isla Grande de Tierra del Fuego. The park protects 69,000 hectares, and is the only one in the Argentine Republic that combines marine, forest and mountain environments, giving shape to the sea coast, lakes, valleys, extensive peat bogs, and magnificent forests dominated by langos, sour cherries and nyres. All these environments form a unique setting, with the purest air that can be breathed. It is one of the few Argentine national parks with marine coasts. The park has peaks that alternate with valleys, where there are rivers and lakes originating from glaciers. Only about 2,000 hectares of its southern end are open to the public. The rest of the park has the category of strict nature reserve. Here you will find exuberant and diverse landscapes, inhabited by birds such as the picturesque sea goose, the steamer duck or the black-browed albatross. As you enter the trails, it is normal to come across gray and red foxes, and to hear the tack-tack-tack of a woodpecker.